are you? Welcome to day 93 of Lyndall's Luscious Limberings. Welcome back once again. We have a beautifully sunny day in Melbourne, which does mean that I might be a little bit silhouetted, but you don't need to see me anyway, that's fine. What am I here for? Today is legs. It's not going to be super vigorous today. We might round it up a tiny bit, but definitely going to start a bit more chilled. So just use this, we're still going to be working, in fact you'll still feel it, but we won't be going quite so powerful at the beginning in any case. So get yourself comfy, get ready to go. If you're working with today's playlist, day 93, of course, please keep yourself safe as well. We are going to be doing some more Tai Chi work that still puts a lot of pressure on the calves and above the knees if you're not used to it. So in particular, just monitor how much if we're bending, how much pressure you're putting on the back of the calf and the Achilles. And of course, make sure you stretch out afterwards and just be aware of any tension you have above there for the next few days. If you are doing any other power activities, just take care of that. All right, let's go with the playlist. Tell you what, that song on my foot is really nice. 3, 2, 1, go. So we're going to start with feet hip width apart. So just a reminder to find that, just refresh. Good, pick up the toes, equalize the balance between the ball of the foot and the heel, and the inside and the out. Settle the toes down, let them feel like they're spreading out on the floor like tree trunks, and the heels can just grow backwards and downwards into the floor, and as they do that, just let the butt start to sink down and relax. And imagine there's a broadening across the pelvis, like your pelvis is a bridge, so you've got one pylon coming up, bridge across, another one going down. It's broad, it's stable, and sinking deep into the ground, floating up towards the ceiling, softening across the chest, breathing in and out. Just go in your own time. Let those butt cheeks go. No need to hold on to them, softening across the belly. So while we're doing these exercises, once you get used to the first move, the first couple of repetitions of the move, then put your focus back on the inside again. Go to where all your habitual tension areas, encourage them to let go, and then go back and also find new ones. Good, so we're going to float the weight into the ball of the right foot. So I'm doing my right, so I'm not mirroring you. Sink down. As you sink down, this leg rises up. Breathing in, and then breathe out, put it down. Remember, as you put it down, you're going as far wide as you are long. So I'm not putting it here in my center. I'm putting it out to the side. So if I'm one side on, breathing in, breathing out. There is a slight knee bend because remember, if you look down over your toes, over your knees and your toes, you should see your toes still crowning your knees. And then expand through the small of the back, breathing in. Lifting up through the head, floating up through the head more accurately. Breathing in. Let the breath be what moves the leg, and then make sure it's isolated from the rest of the body. So you're breathing in, the leg's isolated, it comes down. Your head's not rising and falling. Beautiful. And taking it through the center, place it, then transfer the weight to the other side. The weight's in the ball of the left foot, sink down. Head rises up. Breathing in and out. Now go back. Your butt cheek might have started climbing up your back. Might have tensed over the sternum and the diaphragm. Butt cheeks probably tensed. Release under the shoulder blades, they're not going to help you in this. Breathing in and out. You can have the hands wherever they're comfortable, by the way. They can be by your sides, they can be on your belly, or they can be over the areas that you want to remind yourself to release through. If you do cheat down to look at your foot like I did then, just make sure you bring the eye line up again, because once you start to tip your head forwards, you're putting the balance forwards of the body. Instead, you want to stack your head, your chest and your hips in one line. So we're using alignment for balance rather than having to engage the core at this point. Good, let's just go back. Sink down to the right foot now. And we're going to push up, kick out. The toes go towards the shin. You push out with the heel. As you bring the knee up, the foot travels quite close to the leg, so it's still tucked in next to the knee. Pull the toes back, express through the heel. Now, you're going to want to rise and fall when you do this, so just think about isolating the leg. You can imagine someone's got a nice string pulled up on the knee for you, so you don't have to do any work yourself. And now go back and relax everything you tensed in doing that. Lifting up through the head, sinking down through the back, expanding through the small of the back. Use the breath, breathing in, express out. And then reverse the direction. Breathing in and out. Again, don't let the body rise and fall. Try and switch up all the extraneous muscles that think they're helping to switch over, but aren't really. So have the feeling that if you switched off your muscles anymore, you'd fall over. There's going to be things like the shoulder tension, the neck tension, other areas that go like, oh, we're putting in effort. If I tense, I'm going to help out. Just sort of go, yeah, thanks a lot for that offer. I'm going to say no. And invite them to relax. So we're starting to train the body to find release under a bit of stress or under engagement. Keep breathing. Good, and reverse the direction. Chin is slightly tucked, lifting up through the head, sinking down right deep into the earth. And broad. So remember, we're not just two-dimensional, we're actually spherical. I mean, not literally spherical, but I want you to expand in all directions is what I'm saying. Make sure the toes are pointing forward, particularly if ballet training, don't turn them out. We don't want to turn out right now. Good, changing over. Now, I'm going to sink the weight into the ball of the right foot. I'm going to place the heel down first, but I haven't committed any weight into this front leg at all. Put the toes down, but there's still no weight in this leg. Now I connect my awareness to the heel of the back foot, and I'm going to transfer the weight into the ball of the front foot. That back heel is pinned, and probably your back wants to arch. So imagine that your gut contents are falling down through this leg, stretching from this heel to the top of the head, but the majority of the weight's in the ball of the front foot. Then release the back foot, transfer the weight back, and now you transfer it into the ball of the front foot, in the back foot, sorry. This one's completely empty. So we breathe in, we place down. Keep the foot wide, relax the toes, don't commit the weight yet. Now transfer the weight between the ball of the back foot to the ball of the front. Pin that back heel, relax those butt cheeks, let them slide down the backs of the legs. Release the back leg, come back. Just go in your own time with that. Convince yourself that you really don't commit the weight until that toe is down. So what we want to avoid is any moment where we're falling forwards into that foot. I want to always have my weight and balance aligned, and I don't transfer the weight until I'm ready. Keep going. It's actually learning how to walk in Tai Chi. And just go back and note all the areas that are started to tense because they're trying to help you out. Really expanding through the small of the back. Now, although this doesn't feel like we're actually doing that much, you will find that your calves are getting tired, or if you don't feel it now, you'll feel it later. So just trust that you don't have to go full pelt or be doing really strong power work to actually be working the body. Good, we're just going to transfer to the other leg now. So transfer to the ball of the left foot, breathing in. Place the heel down first, then the toes, don't commit the weight yet. Now transfer the weight into the front foot. Relax those butt cheeks down the back and reverse. If you have any injuries, particularly over the knees and the ankles, this done very, very smallly, obviously working within the advice from your healthcare professional, but doing this quite small, so even like this, can really help. It's just doing gentle physio. Obviously, if you ever feel any sharp pain, you stop. Burning pain from the muscles working is absolutely fine, but sharp pain, no. So you always work above your tolerance level. There's nothing to be gained from trying to push through a pain barrier. Pain's there for a reason. Pain is there to dissuade you from doing the action that's hurting you. Beautiful, now we're going to transfer back. And final bits on this leg, so transfer to the right leg, and we're just going to circle around. So really think about the weight, sinking from the chest, through the abdomen, through the pelvis, all the way down that thigh, all the way down the ball of that grounded foot, deep into the earth, but the head still wants to rise up. Now I know we're moving the knee, but we're actually working the hips here. So try and keep this a perfect circle, nice and smooth, change direction. If you're finding it's clunky, like you're making an octagon or a weird hexagon with uneven sides, make it slower, make it smaller. Relax through the chest. Tuck the chin, lift the head. Good, place the foot down. Transfer across the weights in the ball of the left foot, breathing in and out. So use the breath to propel the legs. It's almost like you breathe in and as you breathe out, that's what powers the leg going around. So we're also training to work the muscles through release and sinking it with the breath. Now, if you're starting to tuck your chin forwards with this effort, just think about letting it tuck slightly, head goes up. Good, and change direction. I find sometimes it helps just to put your hand lightly on the knee. Just helps you keep that in a central location. Good, let's put that down. And I'm just going to walk through. Good. And start to roll the shoulders. So actually now as you're moving the legs, they're probably going to be feeling a little bit different to what they were before we started. So what's great about this work is you can do it in a small space. In a very small scale, you can do some of it while you're like, waiting for public transport. All right, let's just go a little bit wider. And a bit wider, a bit deeper. Good. And I'm just going to circle one arm with the legs nice and wide. 2, 3, 4, lifting up to the head. 6, 7, and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the other arm going backwards first. 2, 3, still lift up with the head. 5, 6, 7, and change. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Just going to start to do a bit of chicken backstroke, but I'll go a bit deeper if you want widen the stance. We're just going to work from foot to foot. Keep going, just accentuate that turn. So you're starting to turn a little bit to face the walls. Good, stay center and go double time. Good, and back to side, using the arms, going forwards. And you can accentuate it a bit if you're feeling comfy. Good, staying central and double time. Now if you're starting to warm up, just start to gradually lean forward, sending the butt back and the head forwards. Good, relax down. And just popping at one hip than the other. Good, and then bending. Bend, 2, and straight, 2. Bend, 2, straight, 2. Bend, 2. Let's keep going. Good, coming up. I'm just going to swing from side to side, nice and easy. Good, centralize, bend the knees, rolling up through the spine, stacking one vertebra on top of the other. Good, using the central point, figure of 8. And you can really start to work the legs through the floor here. So you're using both the central point, but also working through the feet to start to get a bit of a deeper stance. One more set. Good, going the other way, so going backwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Reaching up. Now what we're going to do is just start to raise the straight leg, straight and down, straight. And then with the opposite leg, just touch, opposite hand I mean. Try and control it. So we're not just kicking the leg up like that, you're actually placing it up, and there's a moment of suspension before you come down again. It's hard. Keep tall in the body, so bring the arm down towards the leg, rather than trying to crunch over with the thorax. All right, now we're going to go for a kick. 1, 2, legs straight. Don't crunch over for the sake of height. Good, turning side on. Extend out the same arm as the leg. I'm just going to go down and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Shake it out. Other legs. The same arm goes forward as the leg that's going back. You can take the other hand out the side for balance. And 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're pulling the belly button into the spine so you're not getting pressure on the small of the back. 6, 7. Good. Now we're going to combine these kind of together. So I'm going to reach with the same arm as the leg out behind. Then I'm going to, in fact, just do that. And then, you know what, I change. So one arm behind, and then as I swing forward, I'm touching with the other leg. Okay, we're going to stay in the same, other hand, sorry. Stay in the same leg. 7, 8. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Really got to avoid the balance. 5, 6, 7. We're going to keep going. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Just shake it up for a second. Get ready with the other leg. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4,
sure you're tucking the chin as you go forwards. 6, 7, so look to the floor rather than keeping your head up. Okay, halfway. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, check it out. Squat. Let's go wide squats. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep tall. Squat to a kick. 1, 2. Stay tall. Lift up out of the hips. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you want to, rather than having the toe pointed, pull it back. Only if you feel that you're not too tight. So I'm pulling the toes back like we were doing before. Good. Get the hips going. Go a little lower. Front to back. And circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Okay. So we're going to go reverse lunge and back to start off. Just 4 of these. Now, if you like to increase, we're going to go here, elbow to knee. 2. Stay tall. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Changing legs to start off with 4 standards. 2, 3. And if you want to increase, we go elbow to knee. 1, 2, 3. Keep tall through the body. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good stuff. Shake it out. Rolling down through the spine. You're like, I thought it was going to be more sedate. It is. Good. Bend and straighten. So to straighten till you find the chest, head spine to stretch, keep the head heavy. Good. Now keeping the legs as straight as you can, we're going to walk out for 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. And again. If you can, try and keep the heels on the floor as you come back. And back. And down. And back. Good. We're going to go slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then stabilize. Just twisting from side to side. Good. Stepping out wide. So we're going to go step, step, in, kick, and kick. Step. To start with the left leg, first, there's time for the moment. Step, step, in, and kick, and kick. Step, step, in, kick. Change legs. Just waiting for the music. And go right leg, right. Kick, kick, right. Kick. Keep going. Last one. Good, knees down. Coming up. So we're going to go out, up, out, and down. Side, up, side, and down. Side, up, side, and down. Side, up, side. Now we're going to go up to the shoulder, up and down, up to the shoulder. Only go as high as you're feeling comfortable. Don't let the back arch. Good, bending down. And on your sides. Good, just raising up. 2. Now if we want to increase this, raise both legs and keep going. 1, 2, 3. Going to do 8, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Keep the top one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Changing sides. And to start with the standards. 1, 2, 3, and here we go. Staying on balance is a part of the challenge. 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're keeping the hips perpendicular to the floor. You're not rolling them over. Good. Keep the top one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. On your backs. Good. Legs straight up in the air. Now we're going to go, I've done it before, we go straddle out, and then 1, 2, straddle out, and then change the leg. 1, 2. To make it more engaging, just take the shoulder blades off the ground, straddle out, right leg, straddle out, left leg. Make sure you're engaging through the belly and not the neck. Great, now we're going to come back with both legs together. So straddle out, rise up. 1, 2, straddle out. Totally clicking the hips here. Good, scissor legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 bounces. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good, and bicycles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go double time. One more set. Here we go. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring the knees in. Good to be alive, isn't it? Back on all fours. Good. And just donkey kicks. Pulling the belly button into the spine. Now as we do this, I'm also going to reach up the opposite arm. 2, 3, 4. So it's like you're trying to hit an imaginary button with your heel. Good, change it to the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. And bring out the arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Back to the first arm. Send the foot away or the knee away from you. Reaching out. Then down. Keep it nice and slow. Knee goes away from you. Then back down. Good. Reaching out. And then take it to the diagonal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back in. Other leg and arm. Reaching up. And hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good stuff. Back in. Just take yourself through a few cat-cows. Beautiful. Leveling off the back, tuck the toes under, up into a down dog and just walk through it. Good. Then just flatten off the heels, lift the butt towards the ceiling. Think about putting those thighs on the wall behind you, relaxing the head. Good. Now just put the weight on the left foot. Bring the right leg up as far as you feel comfortable. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. If you're feeling stable, you can bend the leg and just open out to stretch through the flexor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Back in. Other leg coming up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then bending out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Back in. Just swing the left leg between the legs and put the knee down. And we're just going to do some hip rolls through just to stretch through the flexor. It's warmer in here today. I almost had the door open, you know. Whoa. Beautiful. Straighten out this leg and just bending over. I don't mind if you have this leg pointed or flexed. Just do what you feel best for your stretch today. You can do both if you like. Beautiful. And just changing legs. A few hip thrusts. Good stuff. So turn off my playlist and just bring the leg a little further where it's more comfortable for you. Bending over, make sure the chest is still going upwards and forwards so that you're not hunching over like that. So we're getting stretch. And if you like, you can start like I did with the pointed foot, and then later on, just to change the location of the stretch, just flex the foot up. But just breathe through that. Don't try and force it. Breathe into the areas that you're stretching and just let the body naturally relax further. Good stuff. Just to stretch out the quads. So if you're uncomfortable doing this one, you can either stand up and pull the leg behind you or lie on your belly and using your hand, pull the heel towards your butt. Otherwise, up on the balls of your feet, pointing one knee towards the ground. And if you want, you can lengthen up through raising this hip towards the ceiling just to increase the stretch. And if you're on the ground, you can just use your hand to change the slight angle of the leg. Otherwise here you can just point it in for a little bit and then put it out for a bit, seeing where you find the stretch that works for you today. And then just change it to the other leg, pointing down towards the knee, pointing down towards the floor, lengthening through the upper body. And bring the knee in and back out. Good. Put me down and just putting the legs out in a big diamond. Knees, elbows on knees, chest and belly upwards and forwards, and just work that into the floor, scooping up so that you can get a stretch along the small of the back and in the glutes. And then just bring the knee, the anatomy, bringing the heels into the pelvis and sitting up tall, just little flutters, stretching out the inguinal area, nice and easy. Again, expanding across the small of the back. No. Yes, tuck the chin a bit. And then if you want some help stretching, then you can just place your hands on. Otherwise, also just relax the knees down. You don't have to put any pressure on this. Some of you are super flexy, so you just need a little bit of help to get a bit of extra stretch. That's not to cast any judgment on people who aren't, by the way, because everyone's flexible more in one way than the other. Good stuff. And I just want to stretch out those calves a little more, just because we were working them with some of the Tai Chi. So either sitting with your, I'll do it this way first, knee across this way or this way, whichever's more comfortable. And just chest upwards and forwards, but with this time with a flexed toe. So you're just pulling the toes back towards the shins. If you can reach the foot, don't try if you can't, because it's not about that. If you can reach the foot and you want to encourage that stretch a bit more, then you can just grab the ball of the foot and pull, or gentle traction, and it's relaxing down over that leg to wherever's comfortable for you today. Good, and releasing out of that, just give it a little bit of a whack so that you're moving the calves on the bone, and then just nice bit of get your thumb in, massaging through, particularly over the Achilles, finding the sore bit, which is where the gastrocnemius muscles bifurcate or split. Generally it's where you get a bit of pain. And then don't underestimate how much the Tai Chi work might make you sore. So if you have things like spiky balls, foam rollers, or someone who's good with their thumbs at massaging, you know, do that, because this is sort of stuff that when you first start training with it, you actually get quite tense and locked up with it. Through doing it every day, of course, then over the period, usually of about 3 to 6 months, it starts to release. But until that point, particularly if you're only doing a practice every so often, it will get tight. So you just, particularly if you're doing other exercises as well, or even if you're about to go and sit down and sit at your desk, it's really important that you do take the time to massage that out and give yourself some supportive care, particularly if you're getting older. Good. Okay, and just watch that out. Steady. Good. Massage through. Great. Just come onto the balls of your feet and send it back towards the ceiling. Just hang over until you find a stretch. Stretch all the way down. Stretching is so good. Again, if you're working at a desk or not doing as much exercise, don't underestimate how much sitting, as we know sitting is the new smoking, sitting can really crunch you up. So even if you're super busy, take 5 minutes every, well, whatever, what's the recommendation now? So every half an hour or every hour? Even every half an hour, take 5 minutes just to get up and do some stretching, just move the blood around. It will make you think better. Think better. Think clearly. It will help you think just to roll the wrists. So, sometimes taking that 5 minutes just to do that stretching actually then improves your work efficiency after that. As does Tai Chi. Anyway, hey, thanks for joining me. Hope you're feeling a little bit limbered but not too stressed. Tomorrow is stretchy day, so very chilled. And I'm going to go and maybe sit outside for a while and pretend it's spring. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Much, much, much love. Please be kind to yourself and to others. Bye.